Hello and welcome to Gubb Farm. It's a beautiful spring day in late February. You can really tell that spring has arrived. When we were planting the trees and we removed some rushes and grass that was cut last year, you could see the composting worms at work. So what I want to do now is put down some grass at different locations and see if that will attract composting worms. And I'm going to come back in a week or two and try and gather them up and put them in the bioreactor. So I'm going to use the hay where I had the trees healed in. I'm going to take it, put it over beside the bioreactor. I'll put some of it over there and see if it attracts composting worms. I'll also take some of it and put it on an existing manure compost heap, and hopefully that will bring the composting worms to the surface. So I'll put some here on this disturbed soil, and then I'll put some over on some grassed over. Just going to have a look to see if I can see any worms. There's quite a lot when we were planting. This ground was very heavily disturbed last year when moving the white container. No evidence of worms here, so we'll also put some compost over between the trees. It does reinforce that statement that brown earth is dead earth and you need the plant life to support the soil biology. It's interesting that there's sheep's wool on the farm. There are some birds of prey in the local area, and I wonder did they lift a lamb. So let's have a look to see if we can find any worms here. Here we can see one. So I know from planting the trees that the soil has lots of worms. And this farm was never intensively farmed, so it was never hammered with nitrogen or slurry for generations. So soil biology should be in good condition to start with, which is a great help. So now I have to remove the hay that was put on top of the compost, and I'm going to put it on a composting pile here and just let it break down. So let the fun begin again. So just went and left the grape in the field. So I know there's much debate as to what a grape is, but for the removal of doubt, this is a grape. Not 2 prongs, not 3 prongs, 4. If it's got 2 prongs, it's a pitchfork. If you want somebody to trial a front loader on your M4062, I'm your man. This is really hard work. I've got an exciting project I'm working on for the application of this compost and wood chip around the trees. The video is taking me now about 6 to 9 months, so hopefully it'll be finished in the next month or two. I showed it to my brother-in-law last night, so he's very excited. I think I've timed the planting of the trees to perfection. Spring has arrived. We just came through a really hard frost. A lot of rain last week and now almost blue skies. It's very pretty. I'll just now unload this. Then I'm going to give the quad and the trailer a clean. So that should now give the compost a chance to dry out. And hopefully in a month, 2 months, I'll be able to get onto the ground without doing any damage. I'm going to start applying this compost and this wood chip I've stashed all around the farm. I have a lot of trees from my brother's land next door, which I'm going to run through a wood chipper, and I'm going to get the chainsaw out next weekend before the 1st of March, and then we'll get a wood chipper going to build up our reserves of wood chip for the trees. It's a beautiful morning here in Gubb. There was a YouTube comment and they said if you want to attract worms, get some leaves and put a sheet of plywood or cardboard on top of it. So that's what I'm going to try now. There's a little mushroom growing, which is always a good sign. I put down grass and leaves over the last week. I went back to check them, but it's too early. They haven't started to break down and attract any composting worms yet. But then it struck me that I have wood chip composting all over the farm. There's a worm. There's another worm. There's another worm. So I found my source of composting worms. But before I go digging for them to put them in the bioreactor, I've got another job to do. It's the last weekend in February and I've got this weekend to cut down some trees and to coppice some sallies. So I'm going to cut down some trees that are blocking machine access around the trees, and I want to coppice some sally to make wood chip. So that'll be the next video. So until then, good luck!